Hi everyone. In this video we will solve another problem. It is a T-beam having the width of the flange 800 mm and depth of the slab is 110 mm. Width of the rib is 300 mm. Effective depth is 600. Effective depth means here to here. Effective depth is 600 mm and area of the steel is given as 2500 mm square. Right? Now we need to determine the moment of resistance. Moment of resistance. How can we determine the moment of resistance? First, we need to determine step number 1. We need to determine depth of neutral axis by equating C is equal to T. If the depth of neutral axis is less than df, we can analyze this section in similar as that of a rectangular section. If xu value is greater than df, then we need to determine small d by capital DF value, the ratio of small d by capital DF value, and we need to check whether this value is less than 0.2 or greater than 0.2. Right? This we need to do. If this value is less than 0.2, then we can use one set of formulas. If this value is greater than 0.2, we need to use another set of equations. Okay? Now we will see what is the depth of neutral axis. xu is equal to xu can be obtained by equating C is equal to T. 0.36 FCK B into xu is equal to 0.87 Fy AST. 0.36, we can assume the materials as M20 and Fe415 steel. M20 and Fe415 steel. FCK 20, breadth is 800, depth of neutral axis we need to determine, that is equal to 0.87 into Fe415 into AST is given as 2500. Now from here xu is equal to 156.7. Means this value is greater than depth of the flange. See, xu is greater than df. Once this xu value is greater than df, if this xu value is greater than df, what should we do? We need to determine, this is not this one, df by d value. Okay, we need to determine df by d value. What is the df by d value? Depth of the flange is 110 and effective depth is 600. Effective depth is 600. This value is 0.18. It is less than 0.2. Less than 0.2. Right? Df value is 110. Effective depth is 600. Then df by d value will be 0.18, which is less than 0.2. Once we confirm this df by d value is less than 0.2, it means that the complete depth of the flange is having uniform compressive force of 0.45 FCK. In this case, we may have two compressive forces. Compressive force of the web, that is equal to 0.36 FCK BW into XU, and another term, compressive force of the flange, that is 0.45 FCK into BF minus BW into DF. These are the two compressive forces, and tension is same, 0.87 Fy AST. right? Now we need to determine the original SQ value. The original depth of neutral axis can be obtained by equating C is equal to T. But here C is compressive force of the web plus compressive force of the flange. 0.36 FCK breadth of the web into XU plus 0.45 FCK multiplied by BF minus BW into depth of the flange, that is equal to 0.87 FI AST. 0.36 into FCK 20 breadth of the web. Breadth of the web is, what is the breadth of the web? Breadth of the web is 300. 300 into XU we need to determine plus 0.45 FCK 20 breadth of the flange. Breadth of the flange is 800 minus breadth of the web. Breadth of the web is 300 multiplied by depth of the flange. What is the depth of the flange? 110. That is equal to 0.87 Fy value 415 into area of the steel 2500 mm square. From here we need to determine the XU value. XU value is 188.7. Now we need to check whether this value is less than XU max or greater than XU max. XU max is equal to, it is Fe 415 steel, that is equal to 0.48 into D, 0.48 into effective depth will be, effective depth is 600, that is equal to 288 mm. 288 mm means XU is less than XU max. XU is less than XU max means it is under reinforced section. Under reinforced section. Right? Now we need to determine the moment of resistance. Moment of resistance can be determined. By using C equation, that is 0.36 FCK B into XU lever arm D minus 0.42 XU plus another compressive force CF 0.45 FCK breadth of the flange minus breadth of the web multiplied by depth of the flange into, what is the lever arm here? Lever arm is D minus DF by 2. That this is the moment of resistance, that is equal to 0.36 FCK 20 breadth of the web is breadth of the web 300 XU, what is the XU value? 188.7. Overall depth is 600 minus 0.42 XU 188.7 plus 0.45 FCK 20 breadth of the flange. What is the breadth of the flange? 800 minus breadth of the web 300 multiplied by depth of the flange. Depth of the flange is 110 into effective depth 600 minus depth of the flange by 2, 110 by 2. Okay, this is the moment of resistance. The answer is that 482.026 kilonewton meter. This is our answer. Thank you.